Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids. Today we're taking a look at two lights from Astrolux. The small one is the S43S, and then the large one is the MF01. So I got these both sent to me from Banggood. I've got links down below to the website if you want to pick them up over there. Let me run through the details on each light, and then we'll show you what they look like at use out in the night. Okay, we're looking at the S43S first. There are two different versions of this. One has the Cree XPG3, and then the other one has the, I think it's pronounced Nichia, Nichia 219C. So the one we're looking at is that. Your high output is 1600 lumens. Your runtime at the longest is going to be 8 hours. The beam distance is 148 meters. It is impact resistant to 1.5 meters, and it's IPX6 rated. So first thing I'll tell you is that as soon as you pick it up, you're going to be like, this light definitely has some heft to it. It definitely has some weight compared to other EDC lights. So let me grab the scale here. And I always prefer to weigh lights with the battery in, because without a battery, it's pointless. So with the battery in here, it's at 5.9 ounces. You definitely feel the heft when you pick the light up. I would still call it an EDC light. It's definitely a little bit beefier than maybe some other EDC lights that you've seen out there. Definitely larger and got more weight than like an Olight S1 baton or one of the rechargeable batons. But it's a cool looking light. I really do like the copper and contrasted with the black as well. So here's a look at your bezel end. And then one thing that's interesting about the other end here, let me see if I can find it. There it is that you have this opening where you can screw on this glass breaker slash self-defense tool if you wanted to. Be careful. It's not, you're not going to cut anything with it as far as like, it's not like sharp like a knife, but it's definitely pointy. So you got to be careful of that. Decent pocket clip as far as, how it functions. Obviously you're going to see, probably, I would say 3/4 of an inch of the light sticking out when you have that resting in your pocket. Now, the thing that makes this light unique is that it has a bunch of different features and setups. Okay, so you're going to turn the light on just by pressing the button, and it's going to come on very dim. Hold it down, and it's going to go all the way up to the highest setting, and then it'll flash. Hold it down, and it'll go all the way back down. So you basically have the infinity loop. You can set it on wherever you want it to go, and then, let's say I turn it on, and then let me cycle up so it's really quite bright. Turn it off, turn it back on, comes on at that same setting. So that's your first basic setup, that it is, you've got the infinity loop up to 1600 lumens. Now, it is rechargeable. This thing is always a little funky to get open. It does come with a micro USB cord. It comes with a lanyard and also a couple extra O-rings as well. So that's, it's rechargeable. Let me open this up just to show you real quick. I'm running this off of one of these batteries right here. So this is a Nightcore IMR 18350 battery, 700 milliamps for high drain devices. That's what I would recommend using for this. I think I plugged in like a CR123, but it definitely did not work well. So this 18350 battery is definitely going to be your best option when it comes to this light. It does have a lockout feature as well, so click it 4 times fast. And it's going to flash like that, and now it's in lockout mode, so if I bump it, it's not going to go on. You click it 4 times fast again, and it'll come back on, or unlock itself, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you click it 5 times fast, it's going to go to tactical mode, and the tactical mode will put it at your high output only, and that's by holding the button down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now when I press it, it's going to come on at the very high output. When I let go, it's going to go off. High, off, high, off. Now, I found the only way to get it out of the tactical mode is just to untwist the base here and then retwist it to make the connection. So yeah, to get it out of the tactical mode, you're going to untwist the base to break the connection and then twist it back to reconnect it. And now it's going to be back into your regular up and down just by holding the button down. Now you can also check your voltage, what's left, by clicking it 3 times, and then it's going to flash for your volts and then basically add a decimal, and then it's going to start flashing again for the second part of your voltage. So say it has like, I'd say it probably has like 3.8 volts left here. So watch it, I'll click 3 times. 1, 2, 3, pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3.7 is what you have left for as far as your voltage left in the battery at this point. So definitely a cool looking light, definitely unique. That heft to it, that aggressive, I don't know what you want to call it, glass breaking end or self-defense end. And then, you know, to have a lot of lumen output with a relatively compact light, definitely some cool features to it. The 18350 battery, this is the first time I've ever used them before. So new for me. They've worked fine, but definitely outside my my comfort zone as far as the normal types of batteries that I've been using. So that's the S43S. Now let's look at the other big light. Okay, for the MF01, there's also two different types. You have the XPG3, and then you have the 219C. That's what this is, the 219C. So as far as your output, you have a low at 70 lumens, a medium at 700 lumens, medium 1 at 1100, high at 6800, and then turbo is 11,526 lumens. Your runtime on low is 214 hours. At medium, it's 14 hours. Medium 1, it's 4.7. High is 4 hours. And then at your turbo, it's 3.5 hours. The beam distance for this is 450 meters, impact resistant to 1.5 meters, and IPX7 rated. Now, one of the first things that's important to know about this light is that it's going to run off 4 18650 batteries. Oh, that's loud there. This type of setup, you want to get high drain batteries. So I had kind of regular 18650s, and when I try to go to that turbo setting, it would go up and then immediately drop down, go up and immediately drop down. So you want to make sure that you have high drain batteries for this light. And I can I just want to put this all together first. There were some Samsung ones that I found on Banggood that are good for this light. So there's a look at your bezel end and all the power there. There's the other end. I did put the lanyard on this. I rarely use a lanyard, but for this one I thought I'm going to put it on just because it's such a beefy light. I don't want to drop this thing. All right, so basically to cycle through, you're just going to turn the light on and then press the button till it goes up to the highest and then back down to the lowest here. So that's on at extremely the lowest level, obviously. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back down to low. All right, I'm going to hold this down to put it in lockout mode. You're going to hold it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now it's in lockout mode. If I tap it, it won't go on. If I tap it, it won't go on. I'm going to hold it down for 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now you can see the green light is back on, and it'll cycle through the different outputs again. It's on now. When I want to turn it off, just long press, and it'll go off. Press it, and it'll come back on. Long press, and it'll go off again. All right, it does have a strobe option. It also has an SOS feature, and then it has a beacon locator. So 3 clicks, it's going to go to strobe. Click again, it'll go to SOS. Click again, it'll go to beacon locator, and then click again, and it'll go off. So here comes the strobe. 1, 2, 3. Click into SOS mode, and then click again, and it's going to go just to that single flash for like a beacon locator. Click again, and it's going to go off. You can see that the light is what they call breathing. It's going on green and then fading off again. So when it's in the green mode, it has 6.8 volts of power. When it's in red, you have 6.1 volts of power. When it's flashing red, it's going to be less than 6.1. And when you have no light coming out of this whatsoever, it means you have less than 5.8 volts. We're going to weigh this guy real quick. And we are looking at 26.16 ounces. Now let's do a quick measurement here without it rolling away. And we're looking at almost exactly 5. And then across the bezel, we're looking at 2 3/4. Quick measurement for the S43S. End to end, we're looking at, let's not count the aggressive bezel there, 3.5. Or I'm sorry, the aggressive end there. So 3.5 end to end, and then just about 1 inch across. All right, so there we have it. 2 lights from the studio here, smaller Astrolux and the large Astrolux. Let's take them out into the nighttime and use them. Okay, we're outside now with the S43S. We're looking at my car, which is about 20 feet away. This is going to come on at the lowest setting, which is 0.55 lumens, and then we'll scroll all the way up to 1600. So it's on now, but you can't really see a whole lot. Let's go up to the 1600. All right, we're back at 40 feet now. Same angle looking at my car. Here we go. Alright, so here I am looking around the front yard. When I'm shining it at that little rock in the garden there, I can really see the vast majority of my front lawn quite well. Like when I'm shining it there, I could see probably pretty well, probably 70% of the front lawn. And it has been on the highest output for a while now, but I'm not getting nothing uncomfortable. It's not really getting so hot that it's, you know, burning my hand or anything. Really, for as long as it's been on, I can't really feel really any discomfort at all, quite honestly. Real quick look down the side yard here. We're looking at the fence, which is about probably 50 feet away here. It's already on at the lowest setting. We're not seeing anything. Let me scroll up to the high setting. So I would say a very balanced light. You don't have a very hot center. Yeah, definitely nicely balanced. Maybe a little bit of a hotter center, but you definitely don't see like an internal hot center as far as that normal ring you'll see on a lot of other lights. So that's just based how the output is set up. You've got those 4 little outputs as opposed to one you know, LED in the center. Okay, we're outside with the MF01 now. Let's put it on at the lowest setting. That's 70 lumens. So you can't really see a whole lot on camera. I can pick up a little bit here with my eye. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to go hiking in the deep woods with this, but you can see okay. You can definitely get around the house quite fine at 70 lumens. Go up to the next one, it's 700. Obviously, you can see much better now. I can definitely see the front yard quite comfortably with this. Next one's 1100. Okay, next one is 6800. And then we have 11,526. I mean, so obviously that is just a lot of light. All right, we're over on the side yard now, and we're going to look at the fence, which is about 50 feet away again. We're at 70 lumens, can't really see a whole lot. Let's go up to the next setting. So at 700 here, you can definitely see, I mean, the side yard totally fine. Here's 1100. Up to 6800. And then 11,526 lumens. That is a lot of light. We're back at 75 feet now. Let's go through the 5 different outputs. So again, at 70, you can't really see a whole lot. That's level 1. Here's level 2. Level 3. Level 4. And then level 5. Let's look back at the side woods from the front yard here. Okay, we're going to show you strobe and then SOS and then the beacon feature. So here comes strobe. Okay, we're over in the side yard looking back at the shed, which is about 120 feet away, and we're gonna put this light on, see how it throws. So there is no one and no thing that's going to be hiding when this thing is up over 11,000 lumens. All right, we're going to wrap up here talking about the S43S and the MF01 from Astrolux. To be totally honest with you guys, when Banggood sent these to me, I was like, yeah, it'll be cool. I'll check them out. And I messed around with them a little bit, and I'm like, they're okay. But then as I used them more, tested them more, I actually like both the lights. Price point, you're looking at around $35 or $40 for this one, and then for the MF01 you're looking at a little over $100 at the time of this video. I think it's like $109, and then you got to pick up batteries for both of them, which are probably another, probably 20 bucks, because you got to get four, maybe a little bit more than 20. You got to get four of the high output 18650s, and then probably another 6 or 7 to get batteries for this, unless obviously you already have batteries. The big thing I would say about the S43S is the infinity loop, so you've got the opportunity to go as high as you want, as low as you want within that range, and stop anywhere in between. It definitely has some heft to it, and then again with that aggressive glass breaker self-defense tool. It's not a super lightweight EDC light. That doesn't bother me, but that's the two things that stand out are the infinity loop, the high output you have, and then also it's got some heft to it. So yeah, and the copper thing too, I think that's kind of cool. I just think that's kind of a cool looking feature of the light. The MF01, I mean, this thing throws, it gives a ton of light. If you're looking for something to really flood and give a ton of light, in the woods, around your house, I guess pretty much wherever, this might be one you want to check out. It does have this little additional attachment point where you can put it like on a tripod if you want to do something like that. So just a heads up about that. I showed you the lanyard already. Again, for both of them, I was kind of like, I'll check them out. Oh, they're okay. And then as I used them more, I'm like, oh, I actually kind of like these lights. So I like the fact that this runs at that super high, over 11,000 lumens output, and it's not going to drop down in 2 minutes. It's going to run for a while, and it never got like burning hot on me, which was good. It got warm, but never to the point where I was like, I have to put this thing down or it's going to melt it or something like that. So yeah, I've got links down below in the description section for both these lights over at Banggood, and let me hear your thoughts and your feedback about both the lights. As always, thanks for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. More videos coming soon. Take care.